Did you get into the football teams at all? Or no, not really. You just
The New York Giants, which have disappointed me year in and year out, except for a couple of years, obviously. But
Right.
I watched the first 3 games of every season, and I never watched the rest.
Then you tap out.
Yeah, then I got to watch the Patriots.
That's an issue.
It's an issue, but I have to do it.
You know what? Because they constantly win. And it's coming again, Frank.
I
Get
know.
yourself ready.
I know.
Because everybody thinks that Brady is going to fall apart.
He's not.
Like out of the blue.
He's not.
It's amazing that Father Time is undefeated. We hear that all the time in sports. Everybody thinks that Father Time is going to creep up on Tom Brady. Let's just say middle of the third quarter, week 4. All of a
It's
sudden,
not happening.
and it's going to be so stark and it's going to be so obvious that it's just going to happen.
It's not happening.
I agree
Tom
with you.
Brady lives in a $60 million house, and in one of those rooms, Father Time is a guest. And he has nothing. He doesn't want to bother Tom because he likes his life there.
Yes, right.
And Tom is touched by God. He's going to play till he looks like you do when you're 77 years old.
On the Face app. You know what? I do like what. It must be a very nice. It's probably a guest house, right? Not for Father Time, not a guest room.
Maybe
maybe
a guest house.
right?
Yes, in the Brady man. Yeah, he doesn't want Father Time looking
Yeah,
at Giselle.
right.
Probably it's disgusting.
Exactly.
Yeah,
in the
yeah,
pool, and there's in the pool he can go in the pool. It's
but
not.
you've seen his house.
I have not.
It looks like LAX. It's giant. It's spread out. And giant.
So he doesn't even have to run into Father Time around the coffee
No,
machine.
Father Time is just taken care of.
It's his own thing.
keeps
I
it.
love that idea. That he's just gonna. That's the way he's gonna avoid
Yeah,
it.
and
He's just
another
gonna
room
keep-
is the Grim Reaper. So nobody comes near Brady.
That's why he looks
Yeah.
the way he looks.
It's ridiculous.
And he's gonna dominate.
Every time I come on, we talk about him, and I get nervous. Yeah.
Well, it's because he is.
He is everything I'm not.
Why would you say that?
Because he's tall, he's rich, he's handsome, he's married to Giselle, he's the best football player that ever lived.
It's all worked.
Do you know what I mean? He's super nice.
You have met him, or have you met him?
Yes.
And he's lived to tell the day, huh?
It's terrible.
I know. You didn't get. Let's be honest. You didn't get the invite to the guest room.
No.
So you've been holding a grudge.
No, and
ever
when you
since
meet
then.
him, I felt like I was like afterbirth. Like, you know what I mean? I'm like, oh, that's great. That's Tom Brady, and then I'm Gumby.
When I'll tell this story. For what season was it? Where we
2011.
A 2011 season. Okay. He was kind enough to agree to do a sit-down interview for the podcast. This show was born
Right.
out of a podcast
Right.
that we started, and then started televising some of the interviews for the podcast. So I'm doing an interview with Brady, and we did it in New England before the kickoff, celebratory kickoff dinner for season ticket holders and
Right.
advertisers, and the players are all there. So he agreed before that he was going to come a little early and sit down with me before I emceed the event.
Right.
So I'm emceeing the event, and Kraft is one of the biggest owners in the history of the league, and he's invited me to do this. So I'm coming suited and booted, but I'm also going to interview Tom beforehand. So I've got the best suit, and I've got the whole 3-piece. I got a sweater underneath. It's a Xenia suit, and I'm going to crush it. Brady walks in the room, and I felt like I was wearing a burlap sack.
I know. It's terrible.
The worst two-shot of my career. The most undefeated two-shot of my career.
It's terrible, man.
I
It's
know.
terrible that he exists. It's just not right.
For more of The Rich Eisen Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV for free on BR Live or download the Rich Eisen Show app.